control. Remember when they tried to say that we would never blow? Now we the kings of the north. I be yelling skull to the bone. Purple brain in control.
What up, everybody? Mr. Vandal here. I am here at my house recording this video to help you with your point evidence analysis for your essay. Now, first things first, a point is just your response or your side of the argument that is at hand. So, if you're in the 7th grade, your argument at hand is, should we use Native Americans as mascots? Now, your point is just your response or your side of the argument. So your response should sound something like, we should or we should not use Native Americans as mascots, and you should have a reason why. It's racist, they're stereotypical, or we have a horrible history, something along those lines. And then you'll go into your evidence, which we'll get into later. But for right now, I just really want to get across the point. So, to help me with this argument, I'm going to give myself a prompt. And that is, what is the best football team in the NFL? Now, this is obviously going to be completely unbiased, and I'm going to use evidence to bolster or help my response. Again, completely unbiased. But if I were prompted with the question, who is the best football team in the NFL? My response would be, the best football team in the NFL is the Minnesota Vikings. Let's go.
Now, the first thing we need to do is find an article or an essay online that we think will help us in proving our point. This looks like a really good one. This article states, in 2018, Adam Thielen and Stefon Diggs combined for 2,394 yards and 18 touchdowns. Now, at the bottom, it says that the only better receiving duo haven't even played together yet.
Now, this is a really great point for me because not only did they go for the most reception yards as a duo, but the person is arguing that the only better wide receiver duo than them is a group that hasn't even played together. So, I would argue that they are the best.
Now that I have one piece of evidence proving my point that the Minnesota Vikings are the best team in the NFL, I'm going to go ahead and highlight that. Then I'm going to use Control-C to copy and Control-V to paste it in my point evidence analysis, this being my first piece of evidence.
To the north, I be yelling skull to the bone. Purple brain in control. Remember when they tried to say that we would never blow? Now we the kings of the north. Boy, I think I'm Stefon Diggs with that 1-4. Know it's game time when that horn blow.
Now we have our question and we have our point. The best team in the NFL is the Minnesota Vikings. We also have our first piece of evidence. However, we need to introduce the article that it came from and who wrote that article. Now this should be written something like, in the article Lunch Break, Diggs Thielen ranked second best wide receiver duo by NFL.com by Lindsey Young. In this article, it states, and then you post your evidence. Alright, we pop our evidence in there. In 2018, Adam Thielen and Stefon Diggs combined for 2,394 yards and 18 touchdowns. You put the page number in there. This is clearly page 1 because it was the first sentence of the essay, and you were good to go. Now all we got to do is analyze. Add your analysis, which mine is, this proves that the Minnesota Vikings have an outstanding offense. Also, with running back Dalvin Cook healthy, they will be an offensive powerhouse. Now, your analysis needs to be at least twice as long as your quote. So notice mine is 2 sentences. My quote was only 1.
Now we the kings of the north.